Folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look at the DBPower Wii Numchuck and Motion Plus remote for any Wii console, and this one sells on Amazon.com for $25. It's not the authentic version sold by Nintendo, but it's an upgrade as well as a third-party accessory that should work still pretty responsively, but again at 25 bucks, it's half the price of an actual receiver, which would retail for around 50 bucks or so. The color here is also red, which is a bit more vibrant than the classic white or black that you might get in stores. The presentation of the box, though, is a lot more simple, and that's probably an area where the manufacturer was able to cut costs. The plus on the end of the Wii Remote indicates that the reception should be stronger than the first generation remotes that were rolled out when the Wii was first released. So in the box here, we have access to both the Numchuck as well as the remote. Taking things out, this is basically what it looks like. We have a very glossy surface, which is crafted out of plastic. Upon a first impression basis, I think that the construction quality feels decent, although not as strong as the original built by Nintendo. It feels a little bit more hollow, but it still doesn't creak or cringe around the corners. The keys and the buttons still feel rather responsive and easy to press, but they're not as tactile for the C and N keys on the sides here. But the center key here actually feels pretty nice. It also has a soft touch rubber, which makes movement very easy, and the cable length is about the same. There's also the connector, which is the standard for the Numchuck. And over here we have the actual remote. Let's open up this seal. There's also a silicone case for the remote that comes included, which is a nice bonus. And that's basically everything you get in the box. So there's also a lanyard strap which you can attach to the Wii's base here, which is important because, again, if you're swinging the remote back and forth using motion and you accidentally forget to attach this, it can fly out and hurt someone or hurt your TV. So this is, again, the silicone case, which is quite rugged, and it protects the actual remote against drops. You can tell that it's not the original because it says Motion 2-in-1, and that is, again, not what the original looks like. Otherwise, though, again, the construction quality is decent, especially for a third-party product, and it should work still pretty nicely, especially since it has that Motion Plus branding on it. It feels a bit lighter than the original, but on the back we have the battery compartment, which you can remove to attach the two AA batteries, and battery life is still about the same, at around 6 months to 1 year, depending on how much you use it. The connector here is also gold-plated for an ultra-secure connection with the actual Numchuck, so this is basically squeezed in, and that basically gets attached like so. Motion here indicates the accelerometer and also the vibration sensor that will indicate for different modes and also in the games. There's also a speaker on the center there for any games that decide to use that functionality. Again, you have a very glossy surface which tracks quite a bit of fingerprints, and there's also a bit of scratching as well, so that's something to note. It does seem to get used up pretty quickly. You have LED lights on the very bottom, just like on the original. The keys here are as tactile and responsive as the original for the actual remote. Home keys and volume controls. There's also an A key, which is pretty easy to press. Up, down, left, right, four-way navigation toggle, power on-off switch, the actual infrared control on the very top there, and also the side key on the back, and that's basically the design. So pretty simple and easy to use. We have the DBPower logo on the front as well. Next, we can give a quick demo of how the remote works when we try to use it with a Wii. Overall, I would say that the DBPower Wii Motion Plus controller and Numchuck is a good deal because it's inexpensive. The red color is also eye-catching and something I haven't really seen before. It's going to save you quite a bit of money if you buy multiple sets. Again, the Wii supports up to 4 of these remotes for playing against friends and family members, and the actual reception for the remote is also quite strong. With that being said, the feeling of the plastic is not as good as the original, so it's a bit cheaper in that department, but everything else is pretty decent. To check out more information about this remote, be sure to read our full RIM review. This has been our video. Thanks for watching your OS Review.